Who am I? What is the meaning of life? However many times we have tried to answer these questions, somehow the answer never seems so simple. Questions that have been asked throughout time and that still remain unanswered. Questions that have been explored through literature, music, and art. In these 6 works, the struggle for identity is the central issue, whether it be gender, sexuality, or race. Mary Cassatt, Cindy Sherman, Andy Warhol, Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec, Aaron Douglas, and Jean-Michel Basquiat shed light on what and who defines us. Though born in America in 1844, Mary Cassatt chose to move in France, where she became a member of the Impressionist movement. When Mary Cassatt's painting, At the Opera, exhibited in 1879, it instantly set Cassatt apart from her male counterparts. In an artistic movement dominated by men, Cassatt found a way to bring a female perspective to a society that discouraged any form of female independence or artistic expression. At the Opera has become a symbol for feminism because of its ability to subvert dominant gender roles. The woman lacks the frills and fussiness of 1879 French fashion, and instead wears a simple black gown. She sits alone on a balcony where she intently observes the performance down below. The illuminated balcony and the partitions make the woman the center of attention. Rather than the woman looking after a husband or boyfriend, a man from across the balcony looks after her. Despite the attention, she continues watching the opera, completely in control. Cassatt develops a new feminine identity, one free from the restraints of the patriarchy.
I know what boys like. I know.
Cindy Sherman takes female identity one step further in her 1978 self-portrait, Untitled Film Still No. 7. One of a series of untitled film stills, No. 7 upholds many of the characteristics of her other black and white self-portraits, which often drew inspiration from foreign films, Hollywood pictures, B-movies, and film noir. Instead of desexualizing the woman as Cassatt chooses to do, Sherman instead embraces female sexuality. Sherman wears a provocative white nightgown, which she seductively lifts, revealing her bare leg and thigh-high stockings. The line in the middle of the portrait separates the man and the woman. In this way, Sherman juxtaposes female and male sexuality. Unlike the man slumped over in a chair, chest unshaved, straw hat covering his face, Sherman stares daringly into the camera. She has no inhibitions. She knows who she is, she knows what she's done, and she is not ashamed in the slightest. Sherman establishes a firm female sexual identity. In the same way that Cassatt and Sherman explore female identity, Warhol explores male identity, namely male sexuality. Andy Warhol's 1978 portrait of his gay lover, Victor Hugo, is one of many homosexual-themed pieces. Films like Lonesome Cowboys and My Hustler, which both draw on underground gay American culture, make it difficult to separate Warhol's own sexuality with the sexuality explored in his work. Rejecting the macho man projected from television screens and billboards, Warhol creates a whole new idea of what a man should be. Just as Sherman stares daringly into the camera, so too does Victor Hugo stare suggestively at the audience, his head resting on his arm. The flamboyant colors, the clear sexualizing of the male, and connection to Andy Warhol's own sexual life all form a new male image. This new image does not need blazing guns or fast cars. Instead, Victor Hugo is a simple, straightforward portrait of a gay man. While some choose to boldly break convention and create their own identities, others find comfort in the safety of masks and costumes. Such is the case with Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec's 1895 At the Moulin Rouge. When the Moulin Rouge Cabaret opened in Paris's red light district in 1889, Lautrec was commissioned to create posters to promote the cabaret. Even after he completed his commission, Lautrec often frequented the Moulin Rouge. Men from all across France visited the cabaret, seeking a place free from the sexual restrictions of French high society. At the Moulin Rouge illustrates the relationship between the women that worked the cabaret and the men that admired them. The presence of the stage and the performance is unavoidable in this painting. The wooden posts on the left-hand side create the illusion of a stage. The women's faces are powder white and their lips are bright red, similar to the masks worn by performers and clients alike. The women's extravagant hats and intricate gowns also